Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty TV. And let's be honest, guys, buying a home in 2025 feels like riding a roller coaster with no seatbelt. Prices are up, rates feel heavy, and the media is screaming about crashes and corrections. But here's what I know: you're not crazy for feeling nervous, you're normal. And today I'm going to walk you through the five biggest fears buyers have right now. Not with charts or boring lectures, but with real stories of real buyers who made steady moves instead of panicking ones. If you want calm, no hype real estate talk every week, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so you turn on notifications. This is a safe space for steady buyers, guys. We got to get into this thing right now, but before we do that, make sure you get down into the description, support the channel, guys. Make sure you go use the free property evaluation tools. And while you're there, man, consider giving a donation to the Buy Now, Sell Now Realty Foundation. I went ahead and set that up because as I'm dealing with a lot of buyers, sometimes the down payment and the closing costs, the unexpected costs just become debilitating and it stops deals from going through. So I decided to put a foundation together that would actually help buyers. And man, give $15, $20, $25, whatever you can afford. Appreciate you supporting it, guys. I'm telling you, we're going to make a difference with this thing. I want to be a broker that you can believe in. And whether I'm helping you or helping somebody else, I just want to be a resource for you guys. Let's get into number one, because guys, stick around to the end. You don't want to miss the last one, right? Here's the first fear. What if we're house poor? I'm gonna tell you guys about these two buyers I had, man. And I'm for the sake of this video, I can't give you their real names, but let's just say their names was Marcus and Felicia, right? They fell in love with a $500,000 home, the granite, the yard, the whole American dream. But when we ran the numbers, guys, their payment would have been half of their income. Felicia literally said, "I don't want to sit in this nice house eating ramen noodles and hot pockets." Instead of pushing, they looked one zip code over and found a $420,000 home that left them with some breathing room. Now, you know what Felicia told me 6 months later? I can buy groceries without checking my online banking app twice. That's freedom. Now, what's the takeaway for you guys? Your home should feel like a shelter, not a shackle. Okay? They shouldn't feel like handcuffs. Stick to 35% or less of your take-home pay on housing. Not your gross pay, take-home pay. And always leave 3 to 6 months of payments in reserve. Okay? Because one of the things that's happening, guys, is being house poor creates a problem. Now you trying to force all your friends to come over and family to come to you because you're house poor. You can't go anywhere else. So you're hoping they'll come to your house. Well, your house is your house and it's intriguing to you, but nobody wants to hang out there. Don't get a house that's going to rob your ability to have a social scene. Okay? If that story hits like home, guys, and if that story hits home, go ahead and hit that like button, man, because honestly, or get down in the comments, tell us your story. Because we need more people on YouTube to hear this. I'm telling y'all right now, house poor people are always inviting you to their house. That's how you can tell somebody's house poor. They're never inviting you out. They're always trying to get you to come to their house because they are shackled to it. Okay? So if you stick to 35%, and again, guys, the house you're buying now is not your forever home. The house you're buying now is not the perfect home. The house you're buying the house you're buying now is just to kind of start your equity, get you some equity going, getting into the game. Don't worry about perfection. Worry about execution, guys. More buyers need to hear this. But that's the telltale sign. If somebody's house poor, they're always inviting you over to their house instead of asking you to meet them at a restaurant. Reason being, they can't afford it. Why? 50, 60, 70% of their money goes to that house. So they feel like they got to justify being there. Now, let's get to number two. Am I buying at the peak? This is really a time and track thing. Am I buying at the peak? Right? Now, here's the thing, guys. Back in 2021, I worked with a buyer named Angela, right? Who swore she'd wait until prices drop. These people had rented for over like 3 years, paying over roughly $60,000, $70,000 to the landlord. When she finally bought in late 2024, prices hadn't dropped much, but her rent had gone up a lot. The truth is, guys, the perfect time doesn't exist. If you're buying to live, not flip, the real question is, does this payment let you sleep at night? Right? Does this payment let you sleep at night? Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm working with this buyer. They rented. They finally bought in 2024. When realistically, imagine if she would have went ahead and bought, she would have had equity now instead of rent. Okay? Hold the home. If you're not holding the home for 7 to 10 years, okay? If you're not holding the home for 7 to 10 years, we're not having a conversation with you. This really is a conversation with people who are going to buy and live in these homes. If you're going to buy and live in these homes for 7 to 10 years, if that's your initial goal, you need to make a move now. You need to make a move now. If you rent, like guys, what you're waiting for ain't gonna happen. And if it does happen, you're gonna be outbid. Cautious buyers are not successful buyers. Okay, only buy if you can handle today's payment and not a fantasy lower one. Protect yourself with equity potential, fixer uppers, seller credits, and strong locations. Let me repeat myself: fixer uppers, seller credits, and strong locations. If you're working with a broker, make sure you tell your broker those are the three things you want. Okay? Because honestly, guys, are you buying at the peak for you right now? It doesn't matter. Right? For you right now, it doesn't matter. A lot of people are watching what they see on the news and they think they're actually Donald Trump buying some real estate properties. You're not in that position of power. Okay? Donald Trump doesn't live in most of his buildings. You're going to be living in your property. This isn't even for real estate investors right now, but even though it can work for real estate investors, the difference is, guys, am I going to hold that house for 7 to 10 years? If I'm going to hold that house for 7 to 10 years, I need to go ahead and buy right now. If it's a long-term strategy for me, I need to go ahead and buy right now. If it's a flip, okay, cool. But if it's a long-term process for you, you need to go ahead and buy right now. Fixer upper, seller credits, strong locations. And if you can get all three, it doesn't matter what the market is doing. See, one of y'all's problems are y'all are making your purchase based on market conditions instead of seller conditions. If the seller is selling you a fixer upper, he's giving you seller credits, and it's a strong location, it don't matter what the market is doing. You are going to win. Drop in the comments, man. Would you rather risk renting too long or buying too soon? Let's talk it out. Again, rent too long or buying too soon. Always edge on buying too soon because I can always refinance if I buy. I can't, I don't control rent, but I can control refinancing. Always kind of remember that. Now, let's go to the next step. Taxes and insurance are eating me alive. That's the third fear. Taxes and insurance will eat me alive. Right? I'll never forget Maria and John. They budgeted their mortgage, but forgot insurance and property tax resets. And I'm going to throw a homeowners association in there too. Because down here in Florida, pretty much every neighborhood is a homeowners association. Their mortgage bill jumped $400 a month after closing. That's not a shock that any family wants to feel. Okay? So now, I tell every buyer to run what I call the buy now, sell now realty audit. Get real insurance quotes before you offer. Check county tax sites for post-purchase resets. And don't buy blind in high-risk flood or fire zones unless you're prepared for those premiums. The number one thing I tell people is let's remove the barriers. Go to neighborhoods where there hadn't been much movement. If you try to go on the water, guys, just know you don't control anything. And what might end up coming across as a blessing, as soon as you close, it may turn into a curse. Okay? This is why I tell people to audit, right? Let's go ahead and look at what's been happening, guys. The only benefit of having a broker, the only benefit of having an agent work for you is to tell you trends. It's not to do the deal. It's to kind of prep you for after the deal. The deal is procedural, guys. At the end of the day, it don't take a genius to do the deal. What the real benefit of a broker is, or an agent is, I'm telling you these trends. I'm going to tell you what's happening with the taxes. I'm going to tell you what's happening with the flood insurance. I'm going to tell you what's happening in the neighborhood that you want to be in. Get this, guys. Another family I work with added storm shutters before closing, and their insurance dropped by 18%. Little moves like that can save thousands over the years. All I'm telling you guys is the game of real estate hasn't changed. Most of the things that you're dealing with, property taxes and insurance and HOA, you don't control. So how can you overcome that? If I know a homeowners association, insurance, and taxes are my enemy, I got to end up doing things on the other side of those things that will offset whatever those things can do for me, right? Comment if you want me to send you a one-page threat multiplier checklist. Just comment or either DM me, man, or email me. My stuff is in the description. If you're looking at buying right now, that's what it really comes down to. I got to offset the things I can't control with the things I can. And some of those things I can do is really a proactive approach to real estate instead of a reactive approach to real estate. Because if you ever start getting into reactive mode, guys, it's gonna get ugly. Let's get to number 4. What if I buy the house and it falls apart after I buy? This is a big one, guys, because a lot of people, and I'm gonna give you guys some stuff right now. I'm gonna give you a quick hint right now. I tell every seller to offer buyer a warranty for the first year because I know this operates. I know this is one of the biggest fears. Why do people buy new construction? Simply because of the warranty. They don't care about it being new. They are already cash poor, house poor, I should say. And now they want to make sure that if something goes wrong, they're not on the hook for it. This is the fear that makes people lose sleep. Surprise repairs. I had a client. Let's just say his name was John, who almost waived his inspection just to win the bid. But instead, we did a pre-inspection. It caught a roof issue. And guess what, guys? We negotiated a $7,000 roof seller credit that satisfied the insurance company. And that also came with a 1-year warranty. That one choice saved him from disaster. Now, contrast with my client, Kim, who bought without an inspection. Within a month, her AC died. $5,000 cash she didn't have. She told me, I wish I would have slowed down and checked. Lesson, guys, never waive your right to protect yourself. Do inspections, budget 1% to 2% a year for repairs, and negotiate seller credits whenever possible. But listen to what I just said at the beginning of number 4. Make the seller provide you with a home warranty for a year. That wipes out a lot of this stuff. And that's where we're going to go with it, right? Right? Subscribe now, because next week, man, you never know. I might be talking to you about how to read an inspection report and why you want to do it. But home warranties, guys, act like the home is a new build. Act like the home is a new build. Make the seller provide you with a seller's warranty for the first year, first 2 years. Treat every home like it's a new build. See, guys, I'm going to be that broker that's telling you how to do some of these things if you're not going to use a broker. And if your broker is not suggesting this thing, guys, they're just not giving you the proper service you deserve. Let's get to the last one, guys, because this is a big one. Do I have to trade safety for affordability? Do I have to trade safety for affordability? I work with a young couple, right? And I got to tell you guys, when I worked with this couple, they thought they had no choice but to buy in a high crime neighborhood just to get the price down. But when we looked farther out, they found a smaller home in a safer area. They told me later it's not our forever home, but we feel safe. And that's priceless. Safety isn't negotiable, guys. Don't trade it for square footage. Visit neighborhoods at night. Talk to neighbors. Check crime maps. Trust your gut. Go to the neighborhood and the bars in the area and sit down and start asking questions from the people who live there so you can get a true impression of what's happening in the neighborhood. Because if the home doesn't feel safe, it's not your home. It belongs to the streets. And you don't want a home that's going to belong to the streets, right? If you DM me the word safe or email me, my team will send our safe search map pack and set up a calm strategy call, man. If you're in the Tampa Bay or West Coast of Florida area, man, we want to help you guys because honestly, these 5 things are what's killing a lot of buyers, right? So here's a plan to move forward with confidence. Build your total cost of ownership budget, okay? Write down your non-negotiables, right? Whether it's safety, community, schools, no HOA, whatever your non-negotiables are. Line up inspection and insurance pros that you can trust. Do not get an inspection or insurance from somebody you don't trust or your broker doesn't trust if you're using a broker. Okay? Got to have somebody you can trust because when they give you that report, that's what you're going into the negotiation with. Make 1 or 2 confident offers with protections built in. Always put some protections built in. If money's the barrier, apply for down payment help through our foundation if you're in the state of Florida or if you're around the country. It really doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to tell you guys, and if you're in a place to give to that foundation so we can help other people. I'm on this YouTube channel trying to give you guys things that will help you things that will help buyers. But for all of you guys who are in a position where you don't need this assistance, hey, give so that we can give it to people who can, so we can keep the cycle going. The link is in the description, right? You don't need the perfect deal, guys. You need a steady, safe plan that lets you sleep at night. If this helped calm some fears, hit like, subscribe, and share with a friend who's feeling overwhelmed, and drop the biggest home buying fear below that you have. I'll reply with a steady step you can take today. Okay, guys? Let's get ready to do this. Don't let these fears paralyze you. We have to overcome this stuff. And guys, I got to tell you, I appreciate you tuning in to another episode of Buy Now Sell Now Realty TV, rocking with me week after week. Subscribe, like, turn those notifications on, get down in the comment section, and share this with people who need to get off the bench. Real estate is not scary. It's one of the safest things you can do if you are given the correct tools and education. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. Give to the foundation. Go on the website, get your free property evaluation tool. Know what that home is worth that you're trying to buy or sell. We're here to be a resource, guys. Make it a great week, and we're going to talk to you next time.